let's dive straight into it. And when I first started my business, to be honest with you, this is also where I want to start it off, right? Before I even registered my business, I was bringing people to the event. I actually had to save up enough money to register my business. But before that, I was already started plugging into trainings, went to major convention already. Right after I registered my business, actually in the first 3 months, I actually sponsored 6 people, right? Hit regional challenge and started to build my team. But I realized, everything in this business, don't we agree, it's about duplication. Okay, so today, what we're gonna share with everyone is all about duplication. It's not about how much each individual can do. We really don't want Superman and Superwoman in this business. Now, if you have one, great. But here's the thing, it's not duplicatable, trust me, okay? At the end of the day, we want people to do, not the minimum, but hit what we want to have, the requirements, which is our Shopee annuity and also the Master UFO. So why should we do prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring? First thing is to create leverage. We have to understand this business is giving us no level 100% opportunity, right? One of the richest person back in the 50s and 60s talked about, I'd rather have 100 people to put up their 1% than to have myself to do 100%. That's the power of leverage. But in the real world, in real reality, do we really get to leverage, or are we being leveraged? We're being leveraged most of the time, right? So this is a great opportunity for us to learn how to leverage. Leverage what? OPT, other people's time, other people's mind, other people's effort, other people's network. That's what we want to focus on. Back then when Wayne and I started in Penn State, we will always go to the UBP in that area, which is two hours away from us, right? Drive to the UBP, attend it, and we're very lucky. Every other month, or every quarter, we will at least hear Ben Gender once, okay? Speaking about UBP. And he will always talk about these 4 things. Yes. He said, I'm a very average individual. I've only, went to school up to 8th grade. But the only reason why I can succeed in this business is because I understood the word leverage, right? Time, we only have 24 hours, but this business allows us to get 100%. So if I have 2 people working with me, together with myself, I have 72 hours in a day. What if we have 1,000 people? That means I have 24,000 hours a day. This is the only reason why the Walmart family is so rich. They're not smarter than us. They are not. They're not working harder than you are. A lot of us are working 1 job, 2 jobs. If you have this business, you're working 2 jobs basically, right? They don't work as hard as you do. But how come they made billions of dollars? They leverage, right? 100% with no level search. Lead by example. This is how we do prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring. How many of you guys sponsor at least 1 person so far? Raise your hand. At least 1 person. So if you can sponsor 1, can you sponsor 2? Yes. You just have to repeat the same process, right? It's not about this person gets in. Not everyone getting in is going to hit director. And that's okay. We continue to search for the right person that's willing to work with us. And it's all about the environment when we're doing prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring. And I'll talk about this in a second. Another thing, very important, everyone should write this down, okay? When we have any types of problem in our business, trust me, prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring will solve it. 100%. I'll give you an example. We've all had HPP, or we've all attended HPP, okay? And you don't have to raise your hand, but how many of us attended HPP before, and we just sit there and we just feel like, oh my God, when is this over, right? Because it's the same guy hosting, right? Same topic, same jokes sometimes, same product demo, same shop.com, right? OPC3 is the same, it doesn't change. MPCP, it's the same thing, okay? Picture that type of HPP. How many guys can picture that? And then you're like, right? You're almost, and then by the time we're doing meeting after meeting, everyone is like this, looking at their watch every 2 seconds, right? Because they want to what? They want to go home, okay? Now picture this. We have a 10 people HPP, it's a small setting, but every other person brought a guest. Who's going to be on time right now? Everyone's going to be on time. Who's going to dress up nice? Everyone's going to dress up nice. Who's going to be positive? Who's going to mix products? Who's going to cheer and clap? Who's going to take notes? At the end, you're not getting rushed out. You don't want to go home. Guess what you want to do? I want to sell tickets.
Yes.
I want to get busy.
Yes.
Right? And all of a sudden, man, Steve, you're so early today. Right? Wayne, so dressed up. Christina, when was the last time you started taking notes? Everyone is so positive because of what? There's one prospect in the room. 2 prospects in the room. That solves it all. How about convention? When you have a couple of people at the convention as a guest, how many of you guys feel excited? And when they buy tickets, it's like pop the champagne, let's go. Ready to work this business. So if you have any, people say I have obstacle, I have this and that, recruit.
Yes.
People don't listen to me, recruit.
Yes.
They're not coachable, recruit. Trust me, new people are so coachable. Just recruit new people. So whose problem is this? My problem.
Right.
If my team is not growing, I'm not prospecting, I promise you. If you see people complaining, they're not recruiting. Because if you're recruiting, do you have time to complain?
No.
You will be doing appointments day after day after day. You wouldn't have time. You got to set up ABC trainings. So how many of you guys going to start recruiting? That's going to solve everything, right? So let's see. The team that recruits. The team that does not recruit. Right? This is what we see at HPP, right? People that don't recruit. But we want, how many of you guys want the blue team? Wait, this is blue team, okay? Not purple team, okay? Blue team. All right? So, what is prospecting? We're going to separate all 3 segments. Prospecting, recruiting, and exploring. It is not an event. It is a process. I'm going to say that again. It is not an event. It is a process. Okay? It is not a one-time deal. Okay? So understand that this is just like making a new friend. This is just like you saw someone, you know, maybe guys can relate to this better. When we were in college, we saw this beautiful girl. We were like, wow, she is so pretty. Right? What's the first step? We probably have to sit right next to them, right? Or pass by and say hi, or at least look cool, right? And then they said hi to us. That's a good interaction, right, Ali? Then next time, we can sit next to them. Hey, did you do the homework? Right? Start a conversation. Does that make sense? This is what? Prospecting. Okay? You don't sit down the first time and sit right next to them and say, would you marry me? We laugh, right? A lot of us do this in this business. We look at that person, oh my God, that is my director. Right? You go up to them, what do? They say, I own my own business. You should check out my business. I'm expanding in your area. Like we try to jump the guns. That makes sense? Right? So it's a process, just like making a friend, you know, relationship, anything. It's a process. Prospecting is an art. Do you guys agree? So we got to learn how to talk in theme. And I don't have time to go into this, but listen to the audio from Andrew Wiseman. How to talk in theme and practice it. Okay? The best way, one of the best ways to talk in theme, or your best way of talking in theme, is usually how you get into business. Okay? Now, I'm gonna share that to you. Maybe with your own way, the recruiting ratio is gonna be so high because you're just sharing your passion. You're just sharing your own story. But the other ways, we'll have to learn. We will have to learn. I jumped in this business for one of the biggest reasons. It wasn't because I understood the plan. It took me 7 to 8 times to understand the plan. The biggest thing I understood was the 45 versus 2 to 3. My parents are very successful, but my dad started his own business at the age of 18 years old, right? He did retire at the age of 60 years old, very successful, but he had to work through that 45-year plan, okay? What did he sacrifice? He sacrificed everything. Health, time. Since growing up, I've never seen him. Never. There was not even a weekend that we get to hang out together. That was what he sacrificed, right? And when we asked him and said, if there's one thing you would do differently, what would you do when you were building your business and building your empire? He said, I'd rather make a couple less million, and then I'd rather spend that time with you guys. Because time that passed, can you get it back? Nope. You can't. So what do I want? I want that 2 to 3 year plan. I want that 2 to 3 year, because I don't care if I'm rich or not at the end of that 45-year plan. If I don't have time and health and things to do with, or memories, what's the point? Just like what JR talked about, the dash. What do you want to have in that? What is your story? Wake up, eat, work, go home, sleep. Wake up, eat, go to work, come home, sleep. 45 years, and then 67, finally, you found out you've been working too hard. 10 hours, 15 hours a day. You have heart disease. Never took care of yourself. 2-3 years later, you reach the age of 70, time's up. Is it worth it? No. It's not. I realized I can have multiple 2 to 3 year plans to battle with the 45-year plan. That's my recruiting tools. That makes sense. So what is yours? We got to study that, okay? So find out what they need before we provide, okay? We have everything people need. Just believe in that. We have everything people need. So find out before we assume what they need. That makes sense. So find out the hot button, through the conversation, through Form HD. Are they really who you're looking for? Right? We're doing a business. We're not starting a cookie club. It's not a country club. People come and hang out and chill. It's a business that we want people to come, learn about the business, and build a business with us. That makes sense. Okay? So be careful who you recruit in this business. Who you prospect in this business. Now, we prospect everyone, but we don't recruit everyone. Do we agree?
Right, yes. Right.
Talk to every single person, but be not prejudge. Because prejudge starts when you are prospecting. So we don't prejudge when we prospect, but we select when we recruit.
Yes.
Right, can we all write that down? We don't prejudge when we prospect, but we select when we recruit. And how do we go through the selecting process? Through tickets. That is all. We go through tickets. We go through GMTSS. I don't have the right, me personally, I don't have the right to select this person, right or wrong. Exactly. They can select. And the only way they can select is to plug themselves into the GMTSS. Yes. If they see the vision with us, they see the passion with us, they can sign up and register and run with us. Right. If they don't, let them go. Let them go. The world has 95% of people that needs to work for us when we're rich. Someone needs to carry our luggage when we go on vacation. Do you agree? Yes. It's okay. Someone needs to wash my GTR in the future. Yeah. Not everyone. What if the world is 95% rich? Man, then I'm going back to cleaning my own house, washing my own car. That's too much work, man. So when people say no to me, it's okay. They can have another job. I'll give them another job when I become a millionaire. That's okay, right? See how positive we are? Become the type of person you want to recruit. I think this is so important. Yeah. Olivia always talks about, we don't recruit, we attract. Yes. Right? And how many of you guys want to recruit some good people? Yes. Okay? Yeah. And you don't have to raise your hand for the next question. Have you recruited some okay people that you really, you feel like, whoa, I'm so frustrated about this person. This person is so fascinating. Right? Let me tell you the truth. The truth is, probably at that moment when we brought the person in, we weren't the right person. At that moment. That's why we're having so much difficulty training or guiding this person, because I wasn't right. So there was a lot of people that I brought in the very beginning, but it's not because they weren't the right people. I wasn't the right person. Right? My background, right? Not too well in school. All I did was having fun. Right? Xiaofan loves to have fun as well. I know that. Right? All I want to do is hang out with my dogs, my friend, and play basketball and drink and have karaoke. That's my life. Guess who I hang out with? People that love the same 5 things. Right? So all that sudden we start talking about business. I turned 180 degrees and become so serious. They're like, whoa, Benson, that's too much. Right? Now it's like training. Back then it was party. So guess what? They join the business 3 months later. It's too much. They don't want to hang out with me. Whose fault is it? Nobody. It's just we don't match. Right? So it is okay. We're in a business. Eventually you'll meet the right person. All right? So it's just like making a new friend. We're not hunting. We're teaching everyone to fish. Stop inviting when you're just prospecting. We don't invite when we're prospecting. Okay? When we're prospecting, we're just strictly prospecting. Yes. We're getting to know this person, and then if you like this person, tell them there's a business opportunity. Don't jump the gun. You still need a lot of customers. Do we agree?
Yes.
Make a friend, build that relationship, and learn how to build trust.
Yes.
Learn how to build trust. And that's what, Christina and Helen shared about a lot, right? Steve, right? It's perfect timing since you're here, right? So, I learned so much from Steve, right? Really came a long way. I think he learned a lot from himself too, right? And I remember he used to just add names, invite at every single event. Literally, this guy brings the whole subway of people to the event. Right? He would show up and literally, he's like, I'm like, Steve, how many seats do you need? Oh, I need these seats. Literally, the whole row, like 10 seats, right? And then the event starts, right? Where's Steve? He's outside. He's like, where's my guest? Are they coming? Right? And then he comes back. He's frustrated because there's like 3 people sitting there when he saved the whole row, right? And then one of them left halfway. The other one's on the phone. And then you got that one person at the meeting after meeting. Right? And he's frustrated because why? We feel like we're doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
But we're not doing it because we're trying to recruit the whole time. He wasn't prospecting. But now, going through hundreds of names, hundreds of names, he understood it's all about prospecting. It's all about having fun. 90% of the time, just prospect. Have fun. And then that 9%, when you find that hot button, you recruit them by inviting them out to an event. And that's what he's been doing. And last time he shared with us, and this might irritate a lot of us, he's like, I don't understand why I didn't hit UFO last quarter, right? I feel so ashamed, right? I feel bad by not hitting UFO, right? For just one quarter. One quarter he missed UFO. He felt so bad for himself and for the team. He's like, I'm not leading by example, right? But why? Because now he understands the process of prospecting, recruiting, and sponsoring, right? So we have to all understand it's all about prospecting, and then when we recruit, is when we understand this entire recruiting process. So signing up people does not equal to residual income. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Right? Because Miss Lou, Johnson, Amber talks about this all the time. BV plus people equals income, but only leaders plus leaders equals residual income. So we need the right person. We don't need everyone. That's why we say we don't prejudge when we prospect, but we select when we recruit. Okay? So provide a message that they need, not what you think they need. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Miss Lou and Amber. Okay? So we all know the story. Miss Lou and Olivia lived in Amber's place when they first started building the business. For almost a year or 6 months, right? Miss Lou never ever shared anything with Amber. Amber even never went to their area. They never really talked. If they bumped into each other, it's just like, hi, right? Pay the rent, that's it. Right? You live in my house, that's our only relationship, right? But it was through, when Amber was doing tax, right? She was frustrated about it. Miss Lou didn't even know about this. And Michael and Miss Lou actually went out and bought something one day and came back on their way back. Michael was talking about, Amber is doing her tax and just frustrated about it. And Miss Lou said, well, I own my own home-based business and you can write off a lot of tax. That's the only message Amber needed to know. That afternoon, right after she heard the information, she went to Miss Lou and said, tell me more about that business that you're doing. Right? Did she sign up right away? No, it took her a couple of weeks to learn about it and did her research. But when she started off with tax benefit and using some products. That was it. Yes. What if Miss Lou assumed everyone needs extra income? So let me talk to my landlord about extra income. Because if you didn't need extra income, would you rent out part of your house? No, you wouldn't. You needed that income. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, Miss Lou didn't assume. But what if she did? Amber might say, no, I'm not interested, and move out from my house.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Then we wouldn't have Flushing today.
Yes.
Do you see that impact?
Yeah.
You see how big that impact is? So we never assume, but we want to provide the right information. So how can we increase our PRS ratio? Don't prejudge. Be yourself. Be real. Be blunt. Straight. Transparent.
Yeah.
Right? Don't try to hide anything. Okay? Stop changing your ways of recruiting. Okay? Let me explain this real quick. We all go to training. Maybe today, after you hear this segment, you're like, oh my God, I've been doing everything wrong. No, you have not been doing everything wrong, okay? You just need to adjust.
Yes.
Put a little tweak on it. Don't go to this training and say, oh, listen, remember, 3-foot rule. Right, Steve? So let me implement a 3-foot rule, 10-foot rule. Everyone that comes near to me, I'm a prospect. A month and a half later, you found out, that doesn't really fit my personality. You went to Jim Winkler's local seminar. And you figure out, oh, it's not about the 3-foot rule. You gotta take your time. You gotta really meet this person, find the right people, invite them out to your home. So Wayne tried that for a month and a half. See, you're going through this again and again. You haven't given yourself that time to really see the results. Livia shared with us all the time. Everything we do takes a consistent level of 3 to 6 months to see results.
Yes.
At least 3 to 6 months, okay? So stop changing it, but just tweak a little bit, okay? Increase our basic 1, 2, 3. That'll help us with our basic 4. Do you guys agree?
Yep.
Okay? Don't jump the gun. Don't try to rush it. Now, be prepared with your 2-minute commercial, okay? Now, here I have 2 types of 2-minute. One is for business use, meaning you're at HBP. How's everyone doing? My name is Benson, blah, 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 right? You don't do that when you're prospecting.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. You know, you laugh about it, but there's a lot of weird people in this business. They listen very hard. 2 minutes. My 2-minute commercial, right? So, when you're prospecting, it has to be more natural, okay? And I'll share with you my way of doing my 2-minute, and it actually links together with what do you do and what is it, okay? So people always ask, so what is it that you do, okay? Here's the thing, and maybe you want to write this down. They're not asking you why you're doing it, what is your company. That's not what they're asking you. Their question is why you're doing it. Ali, you know, we used to hang out all the time, right? Karen, we used to hang out all the time. Now, you guys just disappear every single evening, and on the weekends, I never get to see you and your family. What's going on? Do you think they're trying to find out what Shop.com really is, or what are you really doing? And why are you sacrificing so much? That's the real question, but they're not going to ask you this way. They're going to ask you, what is Market America? What is Shop.com? Because that's all they see on your social media, right? So when we answer it, this is how I answer when people ask me, so what is it that you do? I tell them it's an internet-based business. Okay, internet-based franchise, internet-based business, doesn't matter what it is. My focus is internet, okay? And then I go strictly, straightforward I went into, but it's not about what I do. It's not about what this business is all about. It's about why I do it, right? I used to work 12 to 15 hours a day running my own traditional business. Loved the money, hated my lifestyle, right? And I asked myself, how long can I do this? 2 years, 5 years? What if I have kids? I won't be able to see my kids at all. You know, thankfully, my brother introduced this online business to me so I could build it on the side. You know what? Within the next 2 to 3 years, I'll be able to close my traditional business and be free for the rest of my life. So this way, I can really control my life. Did I explain what product brokerage is? One-to-one marketing, internet marketing, franchise business, 12 and 12, 24, 24, 36, 35 and 5? You laugh. We laugh about this all the time, but this is what most of us do. We get into the business. Oh, you don't understand, this business is so great. They don't care about it. And the more we try to explain, you're telling them this is not Amway. This is all we're trying to tell them. It's not Amway, it's not network marketing, it's not what you think. It's internet marketing, just like Amazon.com. Don't try too hard. All right, stop trying too hard. Think about this. If you had a restaurant, if you own a restaurant, how would you explain to them? You tell them, I have a restaurant. Right? And you tell them, why did I start a restaurant rather than a cafe? Not what your menu is. How did you build the restaurant? How did I design the sign? How do I compensate my employees? Does that make sense? Treat it like a business. It is a business, right? So don't think too much, right? So this is how I do it, right? You guys all took pictures, so I'm gonna skip through it. So you gotta develop your own way. There's different people. People that don't have a strong need, good relation, just build that relationship. Don't try to recruit. Show them the web portal. Get some cash back. There's people that have need but no urgency. These are the majority of people. Yeah. Most people are right here. Yeah. Take your time. Don't recruit them. Okay. Continue to follow up. Have them start asking you more questions and eventually invite them out. These are the people we're looking for. Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People that have a need and very urgent. But here's the thing. Still, do not recruit.
Yes.
Do not recruit. Do not jump the gun. These are the good people we want. But when we jump the gun, it really feels like you're hunting them down. And these are the people you want, don't you agree?
Yes.
So take your time a little bit. When I say a little bit, I don't mean 3 to 6 months. I mean 3 to 6 weeks, right? Slow it down. Keep finding, keep digging, and once you find it, you tell them, say, Wayne, you know, I've seen you working so hard for yourself, for your family. You know what? I own my own business. I'm expanding, and you know what? I thought about you as my first person to expand to, right? Let's sit down, you know, within the next couple of days. Really want to show you what I have. What's your schedule like within the next 2 to 3 days? Which day works for you? Tuesday. Perfect. Me too. Got it? Right? I'm not trying to sell it to him what shop.com is all about. I'm trying to find out what he needs. All I need to tell him is, this is what you need, and I know it. I have something for you. May or may not be for you. But if it's for you, I'd love to partner up with you. Yeah. I would love to partner up with you. How does he feel right now? He feels very good right now. Yes. So even if he doesn't like the business, how does he feel about me? Still feels good because I cared about him. I didn't care about his money, products, nothing, right? Make sense?
Yes.
All right. So everyone knows someone that needs this business. Do you agree? Because everyone shops and it just simply makes sense, right? So the key is, do they have a need, not how to recruit? All of us are looking for, what does Chevy says to recruit all these people, right? Ali is sponsored by Chevy, okay? She didn't jump in this business because the business. She started because the products. Matter of fact, she didn't want to do nothing with the business, right? She's known Chevy since they were in what? High school and college, right? And she even told Chevy in the very beginning, because she was one of the first couple people he started prospecting. She told him, no, stop bothering me. No, I'm not interested in that thing. But right now, because she has a need in this business, she came in, she knew what she wanted. Not because how Chevy recruited her. It's because she has a need. Does that make sense? Okay? So we have the bakery. So stop trying to get them in. Stop trying too hard. It's a natural process, a very organic process. Let them recruit you. Okay? So what is recruiting? This is the picture that J-Rock came back to his first local seminar at Olivia's local seminar back in April of 2016. Okay? He didn't get back and start it right away. He didn't start really building the business until later in June and July. And his first major event he came back was International Convention, okay, of 2016. Ever since he came back, every single quarter he's been hitting UFO, local challenge, regional challenge, and leading to more people. So this was our team about 6 months ago, right? And then some people are in the business, some people aren't, and then we grew from those people to people that are in the business, building the business, right? Not everyone stayed in the business, but it's okay. Yeah. We get to better people, right? Some people are just gonna stay, it's gonna take their time. And the truth is this, J-Rock started this business as the first person on Chevy's Insight. First person. Signed up, went strong for 4 months, disappeared for 4 years. 4 years. Chevy never bothered him. We never bother him, but every once in a while it's happy birthday, Christmas, whatever, how's it going? That was it. We never pressured him. But whenever timing was right, he found out his mom was taking on another job. He said, no, you're not taking another job. I'm going to do something about it. And he realized, man, I have the golden key in my pocket. I'm just not doing anything about it. Right? So he came back and started building the business. Look at him today. Right? As a team in entire New Jersey, they brought 28 people to International Convention this time. Right? So people lead to people and search for that right timing. Doing the appointments, this is what they did. They did 40 appointments in like 4 months. Okay? Nothing crazy when you break it down. Talk to everyone because you never know. Fishing versus hunting. They start fishing, not hunting. Letting people know I started a business, you might want to take a look at it. Show the portal and then they stop. They don't go into the plan. And then at the end of that portal tour, they ask them, do you want to be a customer or do you want to be a business owner? Most people will say what? Business owner or both, right? Great. And then they pause. They don't say anything else. Until that person asks, well, aren't you going to tell me how do I become a business owner? Great. Are you free Monday or Thursday? That's how you book people because we're going to take advantage of our HVP. We're going to take advantage of our GMTSS. Again, if you've been doing 2-to-1 appointment and it works, keep doing it. I am not telling you to switch it up. I'm sharing with people that you've been doing a lot of things and you're not recruiting, you're not sponsoring people. Maybe you want to share, you want to do it this way. Portal Tour invite them. Do you want to, Yolanda, do you want to be just a customer, or do you also want to become a business owner? Business owner, both, right? Great. Are you free Monday or Thursday? Let's check out the business. No pressure, okay? So because of that, they were able to sponsor. They each sponsored more than 4 people. J-Rock sponsored 6 people, and actually Chevy sponsored 4 people within the last 4 to 6 months. Right? It led to that entire momentum. So jump out our comfort zone, okay? People are afraid to get out of it, but I'm afraid to stay in my comfort zone. Because I already know what my comfort zone looks like. Right now is my comfort zone. Right? We're not getting nowhere. How many of you guys are satisfied with where you're at? Lifestyle, time, and money. We're in our comfort zone. So we have to, if we don't like it, we have to jump out. Yeah. And if we don't have the courage to jump out, expand your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? You got to go a little bit uncomfortable, right? How do we shape up? How does a rock become a diamond? A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but is it worth it? Yeah. It's worth it all the time, right? So continue to add names with social media, face-to-face, anytime, anywhere, because you want to think of what if this next person I talk to could be the next Min Lu? What if the next person could be Amber Yang? Or what if the next 2 people can lead to Miss Lu and Amber Yang? Would you talk to that person? Yes. So do not prejudge when we talk to people. The 3-4 rule, say hi. Learn how to promote your business partners. Learn, what's my focus right here? Learn. Okay? Not going to go into it because of time, but we can all learn how to do that. Sit down with your business partner and do the ABC training. This is what I think one of the most important things, how to promote, how to learn how to promote. Promote our partners, our GMTSS, showing the plan. Practice makes it perfect, right? How to show the portal tour, present NUOT, and basically learn. When we have more knowledge, it builds up your confidence.
Yes.
When we have ability, Miss Lu always says there's 2 types of people who will never quit this business. First one, they're making residual income. Make sense? If you're making residual income, you're not going to quit, right?
Yeah.
Second type of people that never quit this business, they have the ability. Yes. In their mind, it's just, I just haven't made it yet. I just haven't found the right person yet, but I know what to do. So we got to increase that ability, okay? So sponsoring, our favorite part, right? That's the only slide I have. Sponsoring, how hard is it? 就签单嘛, right? Sign them up, 30 minutes, done, right? So last slide I want to share with you guys is this. We have to leverage. We have to leverage a system, and the best system to leverage is our GMTSS, okay? Steve talked about this at one of our core, and I loved it. When you sponsor people outside the GMTSS, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like it or not, it is not going to work. Yes. All of us that are still sitting here today, we're part of the GMTSS. Yes. We're part of the GMTSS. Wayne, right? First event, he said, no, can't go, no time. No, my grandpa's coming. Haven't seen him for what, 6, 7 years. Can't go. But his decision is what? What if this is real? What if? I'd rather try it, see it, than miss it. So he went. Right? The story he shared, to be honest, the true story, the truth is this. The people that started at the same time, there were actually 6, 7 people started the same time with it. To be honest with you, he was the last person we thought was going to ever make it in this business. And he was talking the truth because his 2-minute commercial was really 15 seconds. I didn't even have time to run to the bathroom. He was done. Right? But he's the only person right now today that's making residual income. Why? Because he went to the event and he continued to plug himself into the GMTSS. Those people thought they were too smart for this business. Either quit or never plug into the training, trying to reinvent the wheel. Never made it. Livia, 6 years of follow-up. Come on, I always think about Livia. Your mom's Miss Lu. If my mom is Miss Lu, I will sign up this 6 years. 6 seconds I'll sign up. Right? But when your mom, your brother tell you the same thing, you're like, talk to my hand, right? But she had to go to the World Conference, the Miami World Conference, to see it for herself. Did she go the first day? Nope. She was at the beach. Did she go the second day? Nope. She's still at the beach. She go the third day? Half a day. But all she needed was that recognition. Recognition was all she needed. I work 80 hours. They work 8 hours a week. They make the same income. What's the problem? I'm in the wrong system. right? 23 years old, retired herself at a very young age, never had to work for anyone for the rest of her life. Is it worth it?
Yes.
Right? How about Helen? Same thing. Right? She went to Chinese boot camp as her first event. Didn't understand anything but shop.com. She studied marketing. Shop.com. And she kept sharing with us. You guys don't understand. Any web portal, the name that has less than 5 alphabets, those are the website that's worth millions and billions of dollars.
Yes.
Right? Even my mom that does not speak English, she can read shop.com. And she knows it's a shopping site. You ask my mom to read Amazon, she can't read it, trust me. Even if she could, she'll Google it, right?
Yeah.
And she will find out it's in Brazil. It's a rainforest. It's Amazon, right? What do you do there? You go travel? Right, so we gotta understand, it takes convention for people to understand, right? Same thing with Christina. She has always been, you look at her presenting, give her a round of applause for presenting today, right? Before this year's World Conference, she was in the business, she always does retail, she shows up at GPT, okay? She shows up at everything that relates to products, right? Local seminars, convention, right? So she went Miami this World Conference, and then we went on the cruise trip. She finally got it and said, this is not just Wayne's business, it's our business. I need to build this business for myself, for him, and also for our future. Right? She got it at the convention through GMTSS. So all of us are product of GMTSS. Adriana, you guys met her? At her first event, World Conference, she was a guest. She bought her 3 tickets together with Ali, started building their business, and that's why under them too this time, out of the entire New Jersey team, 28 people, there was more than 65% were under both of them as a guest. And today they're both ECs, right? And leading an incredible team. From this to this time, so what is the more of the story? You gotta get to the next event if you wanna recruit better, right? Don't ever leave the GMTSS. Plug people into the next event. Our next major event is our Northeast Regional Convention, November 17th, 18th, and 19th. I know some of you guys are not from the area, but I strongly encourage you. Why not?
Right.
Why not? What if you can bring that next person to this next event, and that person led you to the next Miss Lou, next Johnson, next Amber Yan? Is it worth it?
Yes.
All right, so that's it for me, and I'll give it back to Olivia.
I think everyone enjoyed the segment, right? And you know, actually, how many people used to think we hate doing recruiting or prospecting? But if you really have true belief in this business, then it's the most enjoyable process. But before you start to enjoy it, just like I believe was it JR who mentioned, Mark, when he was talking about the history of Mark in America, right? What do we have to do? Fake it till we make it. And that's the best way to really, right, increase your posture in this business. Because do we always gain, because JR always says recruiting reflects belief. Okay? But I had so much trouble doing recruiting, breaking through, went through large number of no's, and I asked myself, how come I should have strong belief, right? I should have strong, I grew up with the money, I've seen how it changed my mom's life, my tuition, all of that. But I think true belief really comes from showing the plan every day, doing the fundamental personal growth. In the meantime, fake it till you make it, brainwashing yourself with positive affirmation. And if you wake up listening to audio every day, telling yourself, I am a director, I am a director, I am a director, I am a people magnet. I think Benson used to see me write on top and bottom, anywhere that's empty on my notebook. I would positive affirmation to myself like gazillion times a day. So fake it till you make it. Not everyone started such strong posture like when Benson was talking about, go through the numbers in order to get the quality. Okay, but everyone here, we all can train that skill set. But first, you have to focus on getting better each time, not how much result you got. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What did I just say? Focus on getting better each time when you go through a number, not how much result you got. when we prospect, okay, how well did I converse? Did I ask the right questions or did I talk too much? You know, did I ask the right questions? Was I listening tentatively? Did I respond with the right question, or was I just pre-assuming and then ask whatever question I wanted to ask? Because I used to do that, you know what I mean? And then by evaluating every time we talk to people prospecting, then we realize, this is how we get better in this whole process, right? And you know, like Benson talked about the last 4 stories, and it just reminds me, I think Michael this morning talked about every 2-3 months, we need a convention.
Yes.
And why we need a convention every 2-3 months? Because we're average people,
Yes.
right? Our energy runs out, our belief gets drifted away, life gets in the way. So for myself, my first convention, when the one day, right? You know, I saw the light, I saw the vision, but I didn't commit to taking action at all, right? That was just excitement. I knew the business was great, but I didn't have urgency. Okay. How many people this is your second major convention? From Miami to World Conference, do you feel that this convention makes a bigger impact than the first one?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, this one is the best one so far. I totally agree. But everyone, I think, has to go through 2-3 major conventions back to back in order to see the company's growth.
Yes.
In order to create urgency. Isn't that how we feel?
Yeah.
Because you saw the company, they're not waiting for us, right? Company's growing, so we better catch up. And for everyone here, if you really want to build momentum, how I was able to build momentum and was able to quit my job a year after that was I went to one day in that international convention, and I came back, did not want to plug into all the trainings, right? Because I was so tired of working 80 hours a week, right? Why would I commit? However, back then we had our product symposium. That was every 2 weeks there was a major event. So there was product symposium, Northeast Regional, and there was also a moving up seminar. Not moving up, what was it called? Leadership school, or upper level training. That's what it used to call upper level training. So they were back to back to back every 2 weeks, but it was still my probation time working in that full-time job. So I wasn't supposed to take any days off on our contract because I got a $30,000 sign-on bonus. That's how good that job was. All right, what does it mean? I signed my commitment to work there at least minimum 1 year. I get $30,000, right? So for me to take any days off in that 90 days, I have to pay back that $30,000. So I wasn't supposed to be anywhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And but here, if you want to know the secret, I can teach you how to be sick, right? Just like how Ellie was. But you know, I planned this out. I said, you know, acting sick the first time. I said, I think I got bronchitis. Oh, it's contagious. You don't want me in the office. And then 2 weeks later, I said, I don't think I completely healed. I need to go back for another, X-ray, checkup, and I don't want to affect anyone. And another 2 weeks, some other things, followed up, with that bronchitis issue. So, but really, why was I willing to do that? Okay, it was a back to back to back to back. So those 3 convention back to back completely burned my fire up. And I made my commitment. I said, this is it. I'm quitting my job exactly 1 year on the dot. No more day, because I started in July, I think 5th or 6th, and I quit my job exactly on 1 year. Because I don't have to give back my $30,000 bonus, right? So, because I already spent it, guys. I already spent it. I have residual income already, right? I got it. I was like, oh, first time I got such a big check, I'll spend it all. And then, but that's when I joined. When I got the sign-on bonus, that's when I joined. So $30,000 sign-on bonus. That was when I was still in senior year in college, right? You get that offer, everything done. But when I received the check, it was only $15,000.
Yeah.
That was where the 48% went.
Yeah.
So that's when I finally realized I needed a tax benefit and all of that. Right? You guys know the story. But the 3 back-to-back. Major convention completely burnt my fire up. So if you want to really create momentum, I know it's far, I know it's several, it's 2 extra day commitment for all of you to travel into Northeast, but it's so worth it, okay? Because I did the 3 back to back. How about we do 1, right? That's 3 months from now, and then build up another stepping stone to build into Miami World Conference. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's give Benson another round of applause. Okay. Last but not least, we're actually really good on time, guys. Okay, because I thought if we had enough time, I wanted